Show us, Lord, your mercy and grant us your salvation. That's the phrase that the congregation repeats through the psalm that we heard on Sunday. Show us, Lord, your mercy and grant us your salvation. That's verse 8 in the psalm, and the psalm is 85. So again, find your Bible, go to the psalm and read it in its entirety. So, go to the footnotes too, they help. This is Psalm 85. It says a prayer for divine favor. So we know that the psalmist and the group of people who are in the psalm are going to be asking for God's favor. It's for the leader. We're not quite sure what that means. Maybe this was written into the psalm so that the scroll was for the leader, or maybe it's the part of the leader. And then it says a psalm for the Korathites. We don't know who they are. They could have been like a choir who would sing this. There could have been multiple choirs, and that was the name of this choir. We just don't know. Anyway, you'll see that there's three parts to the psalm. Now let's just take a look at the first part. We'll read through it, and then I'll offer just a brief explanation. You once favored, Lord, your land, restored the captives of Jacob. You forgave the guilt of your people, pardoned all their sins. You withdrew all your wrath, turned back from your burning anger. Okay, so the psalmist is listing a series of great things that God, Yahweh, has done for the Jewish people in their history, in the past. You know what he's kind of doing? He's kind of buttering up God. So he's saying, you've done all these great things. What happened? What happened? Okay, now we go to part 2. Restore us, God of our salvation. Let go of your displeasure with us. Will you be angry with us forever? Prolong your anger for all generations? Certainly you will again restore our life, that your people may rejoice in you. Show us, Lord, your mercy and grant us your salvation. Show us, Lord, your mercy and grant us your salvation. So something has happened. We don't know what. And the people who are praying this psalm now turn to God and say, bring us back to those old days. Restore us. Give us your favor once more. Okay, verse 3. There's going to be a change now. An individual is going to be speaking. It's no longer a group of people. It's the individual psalmist. I will listen for what God the Lord has to say. Surely he will speak of peace to his people and to his faithful. May they not turn to foolishness. So this is the psalmist speaking for everyone, but in his own voice to God. Near indeed is his salvation for those who fear him. Glory will dwell in our land. Love and truth will meet. Justice and peace will kiss. Okay, we'll get back to that in a minute, but love and truth will meet. Justice and peace will kiss. Truth will spring up from the earth. Justice will look down from heaven. Yes, the Lord will grant his bounty. Our land will yield its produce. Justice will march before him and make a way for his footsteps. So, love and truth will meet, justice and peace will kiss. They're couplets, and these virtues are seen as God's activity in the world when God gets back to paying attention to his chosen people, Israel. God's love and God's truth will meet and come and visit us. God's justice and God's peace will kiss and come back and visit us again. So it's not a desperate prayer, but it is a prayer nevertheless, asking for God's help. Again, read it during the day today. Try to reflect on it and see how it may apply to your life. Thanks. Come back tomorrow. Wednesday is the second reading.